On January 4th, 2010, the tallest building ever constructed by human hands was officially opened in Dubai. 828 meters of glass and steel, 163 floors, visible from 60 miles away in clear weather, and named after the President of the United Arab Emirates in a ceremony that was watched by millions of people across the world. And on the same day it opened, the Dubai property market had crashed approximately 40% from its 2008 peak. The developer who built it, Emaar Properties, was sitting on billions of dollars of unsold and underoccupied units in the most ambitious single building ever constructed by a private company, in one of the worst real estate market corrections in recent history. And the question that Jake is asking, looking at the numbers 16 years later, is the question that explains everything about the economics of the Burj Khalifa. Did it ever make financial sense? And the answer, which is more complicated and more interesting than most people expect, is yes, but not for the reasons most people assume. The construction economics that created a landmark? Here's the financial foundation of the Burj Khalifa story, and the numbers that most people have never seen in one place. Construction of the Burj Khalifa began in 2004 and was completed in late 2009 at a cost of approximately $1.5 billion, the building alone. But the Burj Khalifa was never intended to be a standalone project. It was conceived as the centerpiece of a 4 square kilometer mixed-use development called Downtown Dubai, which Emaar Properties developed at a total cost of approximately $20 billion, including the Dubai Mall, one of the largest shopping centers on earth, the Dubai Fountain, the largest choreographed fountain system in the world, and approximately 30,000 residential units in surrounding towers. The Burj Khalifa itself was the marketing asset for the entire downtown Dubai development. Its primary economic function was not to generate revenue from its own floors. It was to make every other square meter of real estate within visual distance of it worth significantly more. And in that function, it has been the most successful single building investment in the history of real estate development, the ownership structure most people never understand. Here is the economic architecture of the Burj Khalifa that surprises almost everyone who learns it. The building is not owned by one entity. It is a mixed ownership structure where Emaar Properties owns and controls the common areas, the observation decks, the hotel, the retail space, and the building infrastructure, while the individual residential and commercial floors have been sold to thousands of private buyers who own their specific units and pay service charges to Emaar for the maintenance and operation of the building they share. This structure means that Emaar captured the majority of its return from the Burj Khalifa, not through ongoing revenue from the building's operations, but through the sale of units during development at prices that reflected the extraordinary premium that the Burj Khalifa address commanded, and that initial sale revenue, at peak pre-launch prices of approximately 2,500 AED per square foot for premium floors, generated billions of dollars of revenue for Emaar before the building was even completed. The observation deck economics that fund the operation. Here is the revenue stream that most people who visit the Burj Khalifa contribute to, and that generates more revenue per visitor than almost any tourist attraction on earth. At the top, the Burj Khalifa observation deck experience operates on 3 levels. At the top on floors 124 and 125. At the top sky on floor 148, and the recently added floor 163 experience at the absolute pinnacle of the building. Entry prices range from 149 AED for a standard at the top visit, which is approximately $40, to 500 AED for the sky experience, approximately $135, to significantly more for the exclusive floor 163 experience, which requires a premium booking, and approximately 1.5 million people visit the observation decks annually, which, at a blended average ticket price of approximately 200 AED, generates gross observation deck revenue of approximately $110 million per year, with operating costs of approximately $30 to $40 million, producing an observation deck net income of approximately $60 to $80 million annually from the view alone. The hotel economics inside the sky. Here is a hospitality revenue stream that occupies the lowest 8 floors in the 38th and 39th floors of the Burj Khalifa, the Armani Hotel Dubai, which is the first hotel designed by Giorgio Armani, opened simultaneously with the building in 2010. The hotel has 160 rooms and suites, with nightly rates ranging from approximately 2,000 AED to 15,000 AED, $500 to $4,000 per night, and annual occupancy rates that have recovered from the COVID disruption to approximately 70 to 75%, generating annual room revenue of approximately $45 to $65 million. And the hotel's most famous asset, the AT Mosphere restaurant and lounge on the 122nd floor, which holds the record for the world's highest restaurant, charges approximately 500 AED per person for lunch, 750 AED for dinner, and 250 AED minimum spend for lounge access. For a restaurant that requires reservations weeks in advance and generates approximately $15 to $20 million annually from food and beverage alone. The residential economics that surprise everyone. Here's the real estate story of the Burj Khalifa that most financial analysts did not predict when the building opened in 2010. Amid a property market that had fallen 40%, the residential units in the Burj Khalifa performed differently from the surrounding Dubai market. Not immediately. The early years were difficult. Many investors who had purchased units at peak 2008 prices were sitting on significant paper losses, and occupancy was lower than Emaar had projected. But the global brand recognition of the Burj Khalifa, the fact that every person on earth knew what it was, created a floor under prices that insulated the building from the worst of Dubai's real estate correction. And as Dubai recovered, and then boomed from 2021 onwards, driven by post-COVID demand, UAE Golden Visa program attracting high net worth individuals from around the world, crypto millionaire migration, and digital nomad influx seeking low-tax residential options. The Burj Khalifa became the most coveted address in the Middle East. Unit prices that had languished at 1,200 to 1,400 AED per square foot through the difficult years rose to 2,500 to 4,500 AED per square foot by 2026, representing appreciation of 100 to 200% from the original launch prices, and monthly rentals for premium units, ranging from 30,000 AED to 200,000 AED per month, put the building's residential offering firmly in the class of global trophy real estate, alongside Park Avenue in New York and Kensington in London. The maintenance economics that never stop. Here is the operational cost reality that makes owning the Burj Khalifa fundamentally different from owning any other building on Earth. The annual cost of maintaining 828 meters of glass and steel in the desert heat of Dubai is approximately $300 to $500 million. And that number is not primarily driven by luxury amenities. It is driven by physics. The Burj Khalifa consumes approximately 250,000 kilowatt hours of electricity every single day, primarily for cooling, because maintaining habitable temperatures inside a glass skyscraper in a city where summer temperatures regularly exceed 45 degrees Celsius requires one of the most powerful district cooling systems ever built. The annual energy cost alone runs approximately $35 to $50 million. The window cleaning operation, which employs 36 specialized high-altitude technicians, takes 3 months to complete a single full exterior cleaning of the building, at a cost of more than $2 million per cleaning cycle. The 57 elevator systems, the structural monitoring sensors that continuously track the building's response to wind and thermal expansion, the water systems that must pump against gravity to deliver water to floors over 800 meters above the ground, and the fire suppression and emergency systems that must be maintained to the highest international standards, collectively create an operational overhead that requires a minimum of $300 million per year before generating a single dollar of profit, the downtown Dubai multiplier effect. Here is the economic dimension of the Burj Khalifa that its construction cost alone does not capture. And that explains why Emaar Properties considers it the most valuable single asset in the Middle East. The Burj Khalifa has made every square meter of real estate within its visual and geographic proximity worth dramatically more than it would be worth without the building's presence. The Dubai Mall, which sits at the base of the Burj Khalifa and is connected to it, is the most visited shopping mall on Earth, with approximately 100 million visitors per year. The Dubai Fountain, which performs nightly in the reflecting pool at the building's base, has become the most watched outdoor show in the Middle East. And the broader downtown Dubai development, which was priced at approximately 1,000 to 1,500 AED per square foot before the Burj Khalifa was completed, commands prices of 2,000 to 5,000 AED per square foot in 2026, a 2 to 5 times increase driven almost entirely by proximity to and association with the world's tallest building. The multiplier effect of the Burj Khalifa on the surrounding $20 billion downtown Dubai development has generated returns for Emaar Properties that dwarf the $1.5 billion cost of the building itself, making the Burj Khalifa not primarily a real estate investment, but primarily a brand investment in the city's identity that has paid returns which make BMW's acquisition of Rolls-Royce look modest by comparison. The complete economics. Here's what the Burj Khalifa's economics actually look like as an operating business in 2026. Emaar Properties retained revenue streams from the building, primarily the observation decks, the hotel management fees, the retail income, and the service charge income from the 3,000 plus unit owners, generate approximately $300 to $400 million in annual gross revenue, against operating costs of approximately $300 to $500 million, producing an annual operating result that is roughly break-even to modestly positive from the building's direct operations alone. But the Burj Khalifa's economic genius was never in its direct operating economics. It was in its function as the most effective real estate marketing asset in the history of the industry. Every dollar spent building the Burj Khalifa made $10 of surrounding real estate worth more than it would have been without it. And the $20 billion downtown Dubai development, which exists entirely in the shadow and the brand aura of the world's tallest building, has generated returns for Emaar that have made it one of the most valuable property developers in the world. Jake stands at the base of the Burj Khalifa on a Tuesday evening, watching the Dubai Fountain perform its nightly show to thousands of visitors from every country on earth, and thinks about the $1.5 billion it cost to build, and the 40% property market crash it opened into, and the 16 years of cleaning windows and cooling air and monitoring sensors and replacing elevators that have followed, and understands that the economics of the Burj Khalifa are not the economics of a building. They are the economics of a symbol, and symbols, when they are chosen correctly and built with sufficient ambition, generate returns that no spreadsheet built in 2004 could have predicted, and that no building built purely for financial returns could ever replicate. You have been decoded. If this video made you see the world's tallest building differently, not as an architectural achievement, but as the most ambitious real estate economics experiment in human history, subscribe to Money Decoder 3004. Every single week, we decode the economics of the most extraordinary buildings and businesses in the world. Simply, honestly, and clearly. Drop a comment below. Do you think the Burj Khalifa was worth the $1.5 billion it cost to build? Or did Dubai find a smarter way to spend that money? Tell me below. I read every single comment, and I will see you in the next decode.